Alrighty. Excuse me. We are live. I could see somebody's in chat. The chat is still not working like it's supposed to. So, since the live stream is actually working, we're going to go ahead and begin this live stream. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. This is Storm 101 here. Today, there's been some big changes in the forecast. Like you see in the title here. Here's Florence right now. You can see the eye is actually starting to get smaller and smaller right now. So this is actually some good news here for the East Coast. But this is not one, this is only one of the major changes though. So this is Florence right now. We're losing some convection here, but it is expanding its size way over here. So we want to keep an eye on that. And sorry for the background noise, but right now it's gone down to category 3 strength, 125 miles per hour. So it has down quite a bit, but it is still a major hurricane. Major hurricane strength is category 3 and over. So seems like Florence is on a weakening trend, but we also got some other areas like Isaac's here, 60 miles per hour. Henley is at 90. But we also have a disturbance up here. It's got 90% chance of developing. It's just some area to watch, but we're not going to be focused on that. This one here's got a high percent chance with a 70% of developing. It'll probably become as tropical depression. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We can look at the eastern North Pacific. We got a little bit softened here, 30%, but 40% next 5 days. Then if we go to the Central Pacific, look at here. Hawaii's getting hit by Tropical Storm Olivia right now with winds of 45 miles per hour. It is still going to bring down a lot of rain. Some spots could see up to a foot of rain in some areas in Hawaii. There's tropical storm warnings there. So we can go back to the Atlantic here. Here's satellite. Henley is a big storm system. Same thing for this one here. And now this one here has become a subtropical storm now. Just updated, 45 miles per hour. Here's Isaac's, still the same. This one here has been brought down to 120, so it's actually in a weakening trend. This percent, I think it's still the same, if I can remember correctly. So, let's go ahead and go to the models here. By the way, I cannot see the chat because it's broken for some reason. So there's Florence. This is the GFS model, the American model. See, it stays on the coast, stays stalled out. But then, as you can see here, this model wants to take it inland more on the Georgia and South Carolina state line. That is pretty interesting there. If we go ahead and continue, it moves out into the mountains, into the Ohio Valley. How much rain can this bring down from the GFS model? Well, if we look at total precipitation, not too much rain. It's just most of the rain is for North Carolina. Still showing over 2 feet of rain possible for some areas. So we're going to watch that closely. Now here we go for the Canadian model. There goes Florence. Now it used to go way up here to Washington D.C. Now it's brought back down to more south. It stays stall out there. Then it moves up into the Ohio Valley in the mountains. How much rain could this thing put down? Well, good amount of rain for North Carolina. Not too much rain for South Carolina. Could see like over 2 feet of rain possible on the coast. So we'll be watching that closely as well. Okay, here is the European model. This is in wind gusts. So we're going to go ahead to midnight tonight. The outer bands are starting to hit the coast. 98 knots, 106. So we're going to go ahead and look that up. 106 knots is 121 miles per hour. So It's more of a weak thing. If we go back up, oops. Um, that is in 121 miles per hour. So 121 is in Category 3 strength, so it's kind of a normal Category 3 hurricane. Now, if we go to 10 a.m. on Thursday here, see it gets really close. 110 knots there, so it's a little bit stronger. So this thing may gain back some strength before it even hits. But it's still a good thing it's on the weakening trend. 112 knots. We can go ahead and look that up. 112 is 128 miles per hour. Still a Category 3 hurricane. Alright, let's go to 0. This is the time when the eye gets very close. There, 114 knots, so a little bit more stronger than it was. And if we go, well, that's actually 1 a.m. 10 a.m., the eye makes it to the coast. I saw 90, maybe not, 98. So it's calmed down quite a bit. 112, so that is just a weak Category 3. Alright, we'll go ahead and push play here. As you can see here, it does fall along the coast. Still weakens. Now this is showing a similar situation here. It actually expands itself a little bit as well at a couple points. The eye is over water, so it gains a little bit back in strength. Not by much. Didn't enter land into South Carolina. Still a slow-moving system, so you can still see a lot of rain. Still dying down to tropical depression. Then goes up into the Smoky Mountains. And then it goes all the way up into West Virginia. Then, the interesting thing is it could go back out to sea at some point, way up in the northeast. As you can see here, it really expands here. Has a very large system there, kind of like a nor'easter kind of type of thing. But I'm not 100% sure on that. How much rain can it bring down? Well, rain accumulation. Next 10 days. Earlier, it was showing sunspots could see over 40 inches, but now has brought down to 26. Is the highest that I saw on the coast. So, like for Myrtle Beach around here, 26 inches possible. Inland here, like Central South Carolina, could see probably around 14 inches of rain, maybe 18 that I just saw there. And then just a general 5 to 8 inches kind of falling up along there. Okay, let's take a look at the spaghetti models here. So most of the models has brought it more south into more central South Carolina, into Georgia a little bit. Then it wants to take it for the Smoky Mountains into eastern Kentucky, up into Ohio, then through the northeast. Because you got this ridge that's going on here. Let me draw it out for you all. So, kind of what's going on here, you got a high going on, the Bermuda high, and it kind of wants to do something like that. I know it's terrible because I'm doing it in one hand. Let's try that again. More something like this is what some models are hinting at. So the high pressure system can reach it to West Virginia and Virginia. So it's just all about where the high pressure kind of sits at. So the storm wants to go around it, like it is showing here. So this is possible here, where it's showing that high pressure system that's kind of blocking over this part of the coast here of Virginia and parts of North Carolina. Alright, let's look at the intensity here. One model wants to peak it at Category 4 strength, which I don't think so, but it will die down really quickly as it hits the coast. down to probably somewhere around, most likely, tropical storm winds, though. Ignore this ball here that's just sticking at category 1, but, but that is just one model. But there is a couple other models going up, so we don't care about those for right now. We just care about the models where it's mostly complex at, like this, for example, or this one. This one here, half of it wants to go down, while a couple others want to go up. But the best chance is just dying down to uh, tropical depression, or maybe a low end tropical storm can be a possibility there. Okay, now let's look at my forecast here. I dropped category 5 down to 10%. You've probably seen that earlier. Category 4 strength, I brought that down to 70%. Since it's dying down into category 3 at this time, I'm probably going to lower that category 4 down to 50 and put category 5 at 0%. So these percentages are going down, but I did add a few new places here. If I could fit all these in. So Charleston, South Carolina is at 100. Myrtle Beach is also at 100. Jacksonville is at 100. Savannah, Georgia, I raised that up very quickly up to 95%. Wilmington is also at 100. Greensboro is at 78. Greenville is at 60. Now, added in back Brunswick, Florida. It's actually in Florida, not Georgia. So I added that back in for 49%. Knoxville is at 30%. That's also a new town that I also added in. Let's go to the second column here. Fayetteville, North Carolina is at 100%. Raleigh's at 90%. Florence and Charlotte's at both at 100%. Norfolk brought that down to 29% since most ones would have taken it more south. Asheville is at 45%. Roanoke also went down to 30%. Atlanta, Georgia is also new on that, added in, was 50%. Augusta, Georgia is at 79%. So those are the percentages there. Just pick where you nearby, and that's most likely percentage that you will get for the most part. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and look at my wind forecast. So, like I said, changed it quite a bit. I may have to extend a tropical depression more up that way into the northeast possible, but this is what it is for right now. As you see here, it's at just about category 3 strength, just on the coast. Then it kind of falls down south and east, and then it just wants to take it up. I may have to expand that tropical storm force winds. It's extending out. Oh, I'm moving my camera the wrong way. Give you all a closer look here. So tropical depression wants to take it out. I did take off category 4 and 5 because its probabilities are going less and less. So it is a possibility that it could go back down to category 2 before it even hits there. But it's right now on a weakening trend. But I actually don't know what's actually killing the storm. Everything's good to go for this storm. And that's just the water's room. Why did I say that? Warm waters. And then there's no wind shear around there. And there's no like cold front or anything to like disturb the system or anything like that. So this is pretty much all I got for y'all guys here. I can go over this again. So if we go back to, yep, there it goes again on that. See here, it almost looked like it trying to make a second eye. It's kind of weird. But there's Florence. It's actually losing its convection, but out here it's kind of expanding than it is back here. So we're probably not going to be seeing an eye whenever it hits landfall, probably. It's most likely not going to happen, just since it's dying down quite a bit. It's expected to hit there tomorrow. Makes landfall for the most part. So I'll do another live stream tomorrow night. It won't be as bad like it was a couple days back then. So everything's calming down. So it's getting better for the East Coast, but not too much for the rain. The rain is still getting better, but it's still a lot of rain to cause some major flooding around for some areas. So, if you got any questions, I cannot see your all's comments or anything because I don't know what's wrong with it, with comments coming up my screen. It's just like half of a second it goes off. So I actually cannot read it. So the only way to like show it to me or anything is just like in like a few minutes or so, just refresh the thing, the page, and then comment section should pop up in the bottom and you can ask me any questions about this storm system here. But we're going to go ahead and quickly go over this again. So there's satellite pictures there. Brought it down to 120 miles per hour. There's the subtropical storm at 45 Henley. Back down to category 1 was 85 miles per hour. This one here is expected to go mostly west for most of the time. But it could get back sometime in here because it's actually warmer there than it's actually over here. Then you got this system here, probably just be as a tropical pressure when it hits Texas. So there's not too much with that storm system there. GFS model kind of wants to take it in more around in this area in particular. You can leave if you want. Actually, I should back this up. You can leave if you want to. If anybody's new, just stay along here with me as I do this. See, stay stalled out, but it dies down as it's stalled out. Canadian model. If I go to there, I'm actually going back the wrong way. Whoops. So kind of stay stalled out there a little bit. It's not as bad as from the GFS model there. Now windy, showing a lot of rain, possibly up to 2 feet of rain over that, maybe 3 feet, who knows. We go back to wind gust, 1 p.m. on Thursday. See if it loads. There you go. Just going to hit play here. Maybe a little bit slow. Could just be my internet. Just going to let it play for you all. It does show a little bit of an eye on here, but at this point, you know, I think the eye's just gone. So most likely tropical depression winds. It's going to be weak when it gets up to Tennessee and Kentucky. A little bit weak. So pretty much around here, y'all are spared from this storm system. You will still get some rain from the system, though, but it won't cause too much problems there. So that's good news for up there. So Georgia needs to watch this now instead of Virginia because they're okay. There's the spaghetti models. As you can see here, most models will take it here. So the best agreement is 2 up into this line here. It's the best agreement. So the cone here always stays into these lines here for the most part. If it's like 1 or 2 models out there, then we kind of just ignore it. So it's kind of like this here. If I can draw this better. So there's the cone there. So the cone means, for the most part, is where the center's going to go. So these little lines here is trying to figure out where the line, the eye of the storm, the center of the storm could go. The best of the agreement, it's been right here to up to that line there. It's been the best of the agreement for it. So, catastrophic line, actually we're not going to do that. So yeah, there's your cone there. Then the strength forecast, likely going to die down to somewhere tropical storm or category 1 along the coast. Possible, probably all the way down to tropical depression. Percentages here. Hold this in for a minute. Pick the spot where you nearby live. Alright. Wind forecast. Likely will need to extend tropical depression more up to the northeast here. If you're on a closer look here. Brought it down to category 3 strength. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all guys today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this successful live stream. We had a lot more people on here than last time. So thank you all for joining. And I'll probably see y'all tomorrow on the next live stream that I'll be making, where for the eye probably make landfall. It's most likely going to be around Friday. And I actually forgot to show y'all something, actually. Just come up in my mind. So, if we go to Florence here, forgot to show y'all a couple things. Since it's updated, as you can see here, there is hurricane warnings and surges. Don't be too surprised that this one here may become a hurricane warning as well, with a tropical storm watch going down here into Georgia. So, yes, there will be surges and all that stuff going on. The best area for surge will be like around this here area. Then, if we go to wind speed probabilities for tropical storm, as you see here, it has really expanded in size here. Don't be too surprised if this moves more west in here. Most likely will. And let's see here. Storm surge. U.S. rainfall potential. Could see over 20 inches of rain around here. Now, there's been some orange extended into Virginia, so it's not 100% out of the threat yet. You still have a threat for like flash flooding, all that stuff. Isolated spots could see up to 8 inches of rain there. It's possible there. And then flood potential, there's a high risk there. Don't be too surprised if this moves more southeast as well. It has to move north though too. And I think there's one more thing, and that's the arrival time. So it will make landfall somewhere around between Thursday in the morning to Thursday night for the most part. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have there. Sorry that just about left this out. Should have shown you all this earlier. So yeah, any questions, just go down in the comment section. I wish it would come up on live chat on my phone, which it doesn't work, so I actually cannot see your all's chat, but I could see who's on the, I could see the amount of people that's on here, and the likes I got 2 likes so far, so that's pretty good. So I'll see you all tomorrow, and actually have a good night. Goodbye.